over to winner's side, Kusi versus Tapscott. And we're going to go back to Forest Floor. We're not changing the scenery one bit. Game 1 of Winner's Final starts right now.
Forest Floor is a good stage. I don't know why we'd switch it up.
Yeah, nice layout here. Stadium-esque, obviously, and we'll see where this goes.
The cool plant buddies in the background. I'm sure they're chill and not evil in any sort of way.
Nah, they're protecting the forest.
That up tilt did not look like we were anywhere near Raster, but all right.
Nope, just kind of was like, and we're going up.
Great find. Yep, and say every time you're gonna see Kusi pull the pillar up, put a rock on there, and say like, all right, you have cut off most of the stage, and if you want to attack me, you also have to deal with a rock falling on your head.
Right, you have to basically give up a neutral exchange. Damn!
Yeah! Kusi, this is gross.
Yeah, and can't quite find a kill there off that parry too, which is unfortunate. Just not at the right percent for it.
Yep. There we go.
That'll do it.
Tapscott's name on the board now, but and Kusi's confirms have just looked immaculate. Every time, we're not seeing like throwing out a lot of strong attacks that are just hoping and a wish and a prayer, but we're seeing I am going for this down strong, I'm going for this up strong, exactly when I know it's going to kill and when it's going to link.
Does get back to stage here, does avoid the down B, but Kusi, much like Thanos, just feels like too much right now. Yep.
Big, alright. Just goes for it again.
Yeah, why not, right?
Tapscott trying to pull this back, but it's so hard. You're at 118.
Yeah, one flub, one parry. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're definitely not calling Tapscott out here, but you need to make some pretty big changes for this. That was, man, it was just smothering from Kusi.
Yeah, and this is with the online crag, right? Not the raster, not the arcane. So even if you push him to a game 3, game 4, game 5 scenario, you've got real heavy hitters waiting in the pockets.
Yep. Got some huge heavy hitters, but I mean, we've seen Tapscott do it in the past. We know he can do it again. Just was playing a lot on the back foot. And if he's able to start with a little bit more comfortability, a little bit more stage control, I think we're going to see some huge changes.
And we're opting for Rockwall here. Not a surprise considering the difficulty Tapscott had of finding some of these stocks. Can kind of try to use this to his advantage, push him off stage a little bit further, and is able to kind of pull the trigger on some of these smash attacks a little bit earlier now.
A lot of people go like, Crag kills even earlier though. It's like, yeah, but it's Raster. Raster's dying at such early percents anyways that it's like, all right, I'm dying at 50 instead of 70. Cool. Whatever. If I can get the kill earlier, that helps a ton. Great dash dance. I love that.
And that can be the biggest thing. That's what I feel like makes Raster so difficult to deal with in this game, because with a character like Crag, right, the burst options just aren't there comparatively. So Tapscott can pretty comfortably just sit there, dash dance, hit away, dash dance, you push the button, now I'm going to hit you. Whether it's dash attack, whether it's down tilt, whether it's slipstream, I'm going to hit you.
Yeah. Well, and this is what I was saying about, like, we need to see a big shift in momentum from Tapscott. Like, some of these dash dancing, getting Kusi to whiff so that these confirms aren't as, like, he has to second guess now. Like, oh, does this confirm work? Because I'm not hitting the beginning of it nearly as often, or this isn't happening. This is exactly what we needed to see.
Don't like the down B. Don't like the down B, but...
Not a fan? All right.
We set the platform. We get the fairy there, just push back into neutral. It's a slipstream advantage, obviously.
And that's it. The dash dancing, the slight different momentum shift on the pacing has been huge. It's been, instead of like running in, I'm going to wait, I'm going to hold back, I'm going to use some tricky movement, and then I'm going to punish.
It gets a little bit too far there, gets nared for his trouble. Flat drop there from Kusi. Oh man, Kusi starts reading your rolls, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, that's like anything. Anytime someone starts using one option a little bit too much, especially in Rivals, where there just are some fewer defensive options. And so if you've got the call out on one of them, it's like, all right, that's huge.
Man, and some of these aerial punishes have been just so perfect from Tapscott in this game specifically. You saw there, he landed with that nair and just got called out.
Ooh, interesting. I'm surprised we got the DI switch there. All right, even, but all the momentum's in Tapscott's favor right now.
And then retreat back. See both of them just playing the patient game right now. Tapscott knows he's one hit away. Kusi knows he might be one or two interactions away.
Ooh, okay. One more. Doesn't quite find it. Big read. I love that. There we go.
Listen, man, we'd had some really big moments from Genesis, not just from Rivals, but in general, but very, very similar to the Mango Rest, waiting for that roll in and immediately hitting that special.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a read, I don't know if that was a reaction, but man, it was a call out.
I'll give him all the credit. That looked like a read. That looked like a full, just like, I'm going to punish, push. We're going to roll now.
Yep. Well, it's like, it shows that pacing that we were saying, because there was that pause, and then I'm waiting for you to make a bad decision, and then I'm going to hit you even harder. That was just inside pressure versus the, I'm going to dash dance a bit. I'm going to wait. I'm going to let you like pull too much rope, and then I'm going to yank on it for the, I'm just dash dancing around. I'm going to let you make a mistake first.
Okay.
We got from Jules Vale to Neo Jules Vale. There we go.
So this is going to be a little bit trickier here. You're not going to see as much aerial punishing, I feel like, just because of how the plat is laid out here. You know, you don't have that ability to just kind of wait and kind of relax. And you see this already because how Kusi is kind of dominating the sides of this stage as these interactions take place.
Ooh, oh, I'm
good call
surprised that final hit in there got there. And I'm really surprised that we find the up or the up air. That's big lead from Kusi now.
Yeah, not a ton of damage off of that parry punish, but we'll take 15. That's a good start.
How is this only game 3? This feels... we've been emotionally invested in this for so long already.
Well, and it's what's so interesting, because good fighters make good fights, right? Sometimes a set can feel like a heavyweight bout where it's just swing. This is more like your elite bantamweights, right? You just these little death by 1,000 cuts style of approach. Everybody looking for their neutral win, everybody looking for their chance, and it just, you have different styles, and
yeah,
great. It's just fantastic to watch.
Yeah, and that's especially as the set has progressed. I think we started more in that heavyweight style of, I'm swinging, I've got my big combos, but we're just kind of running into each other.
Oh, waits on the air dodge, doesn't punish it though.
That slipstream gets caught with the side B. Oh, calls him out of the jump? Okay, lands.
Oh man. Both of these players have been so good about just the slightest difference on when I can get out of certain things. This is the parry.
Say Tornado beats the rock, able to get back on stage, but still in a rough spot. Okay. Kusi up again, sets up his fortress, lets the rock fall.
Oh, and there's the rock there too. Not gonna go for it, just continues the strings. Hops for it and then immediately gets back.
Exactly. It's like, finally does.
Becker pushes high, not enough.
143, you gotta find the killer soon. It's getting harder the longer it goes.
Goes to the dash check into the downer. Doesn't get the second hit though.
Tapscott just can't find this right now. We're at 160.
I was going to say 40% is not the end of the world. 70 and 80% might be.
Yeah. It's also getting harder and harder to get the combo at this point. And out of all characters, Raster isn't exactly the easiest to just find those raw, strong attack callouts.
Mm-hmm.
Can do it, but it's a little bit trickier.
Rasteritis doesn't have the same ring to it, but it's very akin to Melee Marth, right? Like, you're just like, please run into something.
Yeah, like, I think we're definitely going to start to see 200 here, unless this is just the end of the bird. It is the end of the bird. Oh, no. Okay. Honestly, that was looking fine until that spot where Tapscott just couldn't get the kill.
Yep.
And we say that as if, like, Tapscott not being able to find the kill, but so much of that is also the defensive play, the DI, drift DI from Kusi as well. Like, let's definitely put respect on that.
That's that welterweight fight, right? That is Floyd Mayweather. I'm going to let you punch and punch and punch and punch, but I'm going to put up this wall that you cannot overcome. Ethereal Gates may be our last set in this, because the way Kusi played, I don't know if Tapscott can break it.
I mean, but that was similar to what we saw in Game 1, where Kusi changed a lot, or Kusi was playing at a speed that Tapscott didn't feel comfortable with. Tapscott had to make a pretty big adjustment, and did so. I'm definitely not calling Tapscott out for, like, if anybody can adapt and bring this back, he's certainly one of them. That being said, let's see here.
Pushes past the falling rock, gets back to center stage. Throws the slipstream, but gets plat drop for his troubles, and that is going to be an easy one there for Kusi.
Yep, the back air into dunk is the classic. Oh no!
Yeah, kind of an ugly one there. Nice, up tilt into the forward air, another forward air now. Ooh, the weight, so patient.
Even though Kusi's not using the Thanos skin right now, we've been talking about him somewhat as, like, the final boss of this, right?
Sure.
Kusi is...
The scene would reflect that, too.
Yes, well, but Kusi is clearly, like, one of the best players in the world, and Tapscott's phenomenal, but Kusi, clean off of a win at Riptide, has etched his way into the, like, top echelon of the game, and Tapscott's one of those names that's like, hey, I can make it there, I just need to prove it. But to prove it, you gotta get through this.
Well, and so that's been such a big thing for this season, too, right? I mean, like, Kusi has been in that same breath as your...
100%.
As your Cake Assaults, winning Riptide, as your Shippies, you know, getting up there into those bracket wins. I mean, the only 3 people have won an RCS event, offline, I should say, this season. And it has been Soul Rifle, it has been Cake Assault, and it has been Kusi. So this is not just the final boss for this event. This is one of the final bosses of Rivals.
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, that's big! That's big! And that is exactly why the soft...
That was so sick.
The soft bears combo perfectly. We're off the top. Kusi takes it.
But not without damage, right? Did get a game, did Tapscott, and then when he took that game, looked very, very confident in it as well. Gonna drop down into loser's side and potentially play spoilers for one of our other players coming up here, so I'll be very interested to see how this goes. Yeah,
no, Tapscott certainly proved that Kusi can still bleed. So I'm very excited to see what happens as we drop down into losers for that.
As we've seen from 300, if it bleeds, it can die. Can anyone get more damage on this Crag, though? Loser Siamese is where we're headed next. You're right. That is going to be Elkies versus Guard. Guard still on his Genesis journey.